Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Jamaica Politics Uncovered. I hope that everyone had a good day today. Sorry, I'm a little tardy. New subscribers, welcome. If you are just joining the platform, you're new here, you heard about this platform, come on in. We're happy to have you. Returning subscribers, Wagwan, JPU family, Watagwan. It's good to be here with you guys again. Guys, if you can please like up the live and share it, I would appreciate it. We know other routine go over here. So let's just do that real quick and give some people a little time to get here. For share up the link and then we'll get talking. In the meantime, let us see what is happening here in the comment section. I know you guys have been talking. Let's see. I have a few announcements. Amazing Grace, good night. Justice for Melissa, yeah. Want that too. Awaiting the seminar. Hi, Helen. Justice for Melissa, also glad we had the opportunity to view live the Privy Council in action on this one. Yeah, it's one of Jamaica's most controversial cases ever. Probably the most controversial at the Privy Council too, because when you look at the body language of the people there, they are very engaged, very attentive, very drawn to what is happening. If you look in that courtroom, guys, I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I don't think they've ever seen anything like it. This is crazy. But make we see how it'll go. We're going to discuss tonight. And, there's a lot at stake here. I don't know if you guys think so, but there is a lot at stake. Also, there are some key players involved, and it's quite tense between them. We can see that. So, make we share up the link and come back and talk about it in about a minute or so. Rosalie, good night. Evelyn, Danica. Let's see who else there here. Lord Jesus, how am I going to pronounce this name I know? Nobody confuse me, Edia. Go me. Our Christ child. The Christ child give me one joke. Christ child send one email today. Lord Jesus. Anyway, guys. Sonia, good night. Good night, Sonia. I just want to say thanks to everybody for being here. You guys have been so consistent, so engaging, so civil and respectful toward each other. It is quite nice to see. We get emotional, we get strongly opinionated, all of that. But when I look at the interaction that we do here, people remain composed and respectful. And I really appreciate that. So keep it up and thank you. I post on something on the community board today about a subscriber volunteering to do the 2,000 t-shirts and design and things like that. I have to put some thought into it, guys. I honestly do, because I mean, I didn't really come out here on any kind of big thing, I was just somebody with a voice, women's advocate, and I saw what happened to Melissa and came out here. The offer is nice, but I will put some thought into it. But I appreciate the responses, and I know that everybody would, probably 99% of the people would say, yeah, it's a good idea. So let me just put a little thought into it, and I'll certainly let you guys know how it goes. But just the fact that somebody would offer to do that, it is nice, and it goes to show that people care, despite what we're seeing, the political party and the rights group and everybody, they're silent. It's like they don't want to talk about it. At least we know that there are people out there who care. You understand, guys? So somebody say your program is like a seminar. Really? That's nice to know. I have been listening to your contents, but first time on your live. Welcome, SMK. Good to have you. Yeah, man. We are a family over here. And I really appreciate you guys and your presence and your inputs. And I read everything and I respond to almost everything. And I read your emails every day. And it's nice, to hear what you guys have to say. Because these kind of things is not a one-man show. It's a collective effort. And so whatever you say and whatever you suggest, it's important. So thank you. So good night, everybody. Tonight we're going to talk about the current Privy Council case Wagwan with Vybez Kartel and his co-accused. And the reason why I'm talking about it really is because not only is because it's a high-profile case, but the stakes are high for Jamaica. The stakes are high for key players involved, right? It has an impact on these players and also on the politics of Jamaica, guys. So make we get into it. Now, as we know, and if you don't know, Vybez Kartel is at the Privy Council right now, and he's making an appeal on two bases. And it is that with the bribery thing what it go on in the case, if only that follow the case them time there, you would have known so one of the juror them come bribe the thing for $500,000. We don't really know where him get the money from, but he wanted the other jurors to come back with a not guilty verdict for Vybez Kartel. So he was not dismissed immediately, right? They allowed him to stay. And that is the problem now. That is the argument that Vybez Kartel legal defense them a make say, it wasn't a fair trial because of Ray. And the person that is arguing for the DPP and for Jamaica, the person is saying, look, they're the losers here because the guy who came with this bribe, he was trying to bribe the jury to rule in favor of the defendants. And, they allowed him to stay. The others did their work and blah, blah, blah. And both sides are making pretty good arguments. But as I said today, me could be wrong. Me don't know, but me going to take a leap of faith and say, I feel like it's going to be overturned based on the arguments that I hear coming from the courtroom today on day 2. Because in a foreign, guys, them buy the book, buy the book. They're not business with nothing else. Anything where the Constitution say, anything where the book say, that them have to work with. And the entire time, all I heard was just this emphasis on why wasn't this juror dismissed? He should have been dismissed. The judge had a chance to dismiss him. The judge had an opportunity to dismiss him, but he was not dismissed. So based on that, my local assessment is it's probably going to go in Kartel's favor. You know what I mean? And then the other thing too is about the privacy aspect where the messages were taken from the cell phones and blah, blah, blah. Remember that? And there were some private pictures that were leaked from Kartel phone. Me never like that, honestly. And I feel like some kind of carelessness is going on right there. So, but the messages that were used, they were very instrumental in the verdict and in just what happened in the case. And no matter which side we're upon, guys, we must remember that a man died, right? He has yet to be found, but he's someone's child. He's someone's brother, someone's father, someone's family member. We must not forget that. No matter if we say Gaza, if we say cartel, if we say dancer or whatever, we must always remember that. And at the same time, we want to see a fair trial. You understand? So, in my assessment, it look like the cartel are gonna get way. Me don't know. They might make it, they might keep things the way it is. I don't know. But make we talk about what's at stake here. We have Isaac Buchanan, a fairly young lawyer. I don't think Isaac reached 50 yet. Yeah. But Isaac is kind of like an underdog in the legal fraternity in Jamaica. Why? Isaac is a strange guy. He's a different guy. If you listen to the way that he talks, um, having spent a lot of time in the United States, Isaac was in prison in America for about 10 years for some drug trafficking charge. He was convicted and he did his time. Went back to Jamaica, went to law school, sat the bar. Some controversy started there. And then he had a lawyer make representation for him saying, look, he's rehabilitated. He went to law school. He didn't commit the crime here. And so he was accepted to the bar. So Isaac is an attorney in Jamaica. For those of you who don't know, this is the son of a man named Big Youth, one of Jamaica's iconic reggae artists. So Isaac Buchanan had a recent scuffle with the DPP where Isaac was on a platform and he said some things criticizing the DPP, but in the midst of all of that, he used some of Kartel'S lyrics, very inappropriate, denigrating lyrics toward the DPP, saying Paula, and I quote, Paula go suck a dick. I don't engage in that kind of language, guys. I think you can criticize someone without going there, and that takes a lot of maturity and emotional intelligence. Isaac said he was sorry. I guess he is sorry. I don't know. But, them being in the same courtroom in the UK right now, you can basically see the tension, right? Because I think he was fined and he was suspended from practicing law recently as a result of that statement. But Valerie Nita was his lawyer, and they had some things reversed and stuff like that. But that being said, if Cartel win, clearly ISAT and Cartel's legal team, them are gonna get them flowers and them are gonna get them shine, and that is definitely gonna be a booster for them professionally and career wise, right? They're criminal defense attorneys. They're gonna do what they do, and so that would be good for them. For the DPP, if Cartel get off, it's gonna be a blow to the DPP, I think, because to be honest, what a juror they do, I have sat on a jury before, twice. Once in a murder case, and the other one was in a medical malpractice case with my job. And usually, them have people where them they on standby. When them pick a jury pool, them are gonna have people on standby where if one juror dead or sick, then can replace them. So me not understand the logic behind why they would not have dismissed that jury, because we don't really want to see them dash out the whole case, guys. That's just after putting all that work, coming that far, you don't really want to see the whole thing dash out. I feel like them should have at least dismissed that juror there. We do not think so. So them never dismissed the juror, and now it come back to the Privy Council, and it's very controversial. So if Cartel get off, it not gonna look good for the DPP. You understand? Um, as far as Cartel goes, Cartel the behind bars now for about 13 years. Somebody tell me in the comment. After when him get convicted. I think it's about 13 years now. And he has had some pretty bad health challenges. And it hasn't been good. It hasn't been good for him. Right? And if Vybez Kartel come out, in my view, me no feel say Kartel that even want to live in Jamaica. What do you think? What do you think you would want to stay in Jamaica? I feel like say Kartel that go want look a small island or you know me I say guys? I mean Kartel, in my view, in the grand scheme of it, I don't think Kartel had a fair trial from the beginning. I am going to be fair, guys. I am not a Gaza fan and them something. Them. I'm not diatic Gaza nothing. I am just speaking objectively and fairly. Right? I feel like if you do the crime, you have to do the time and all of them something there. But the truth of the matter is, I was watching this case from it first started, right? Because, know the place over Gregor Park and the local tension with go on over there just before Kartel was arrested. There was some tension going on, which I won't really get into all of that here. But being familiar with the whole situation and so forth and watching until, the very moment of the conviction, I don't think Kartel had a fair trial. And I say that because of this man right here, Peter Bunting. This is where it all started. This man here denied Kartel a fair trial from the start, from the very, very start. And if anybody know this case, they would know what I am talking about, right? From the outset, this man, Peter Bunting, saw the opportunity. Vybez Kartel in a problem with the law. And at that time, Bunting was the security minister. Crime has always been a problem in Jamaica. And then you had this new category of crime that was flaring up, which was scamming, right? You remember that, don't it? So scamming a flare up and Bunting no know what to do. Crime up, him no know what to do. Him is the security minister. So what Bunting does now, Bunting decided that he was going to run a smear campaign on Vybez Kartel and use Kartel as a scapegoat to say that he's the problem. He is the crime monster in this country. And Bunting run a smear campaign like no other on Vybez Kartel because as the security minister, this man went and did a presentation in Miami. And at that presentation, you know how when you're doing a presentation, you do like a PowerPoint, right? And you have a big screen and a projector and everything. And he had Vybez Kartel up there on the projector with Gaza Slim. And he had one of Kartel's song, something about scamming. And he had some little school children, some little school boys putting them up on the screen saying, when they hear these songs, their minds are corrupt. And the whole theme of this presentation was like him that say, menaces to society are destructive elements in society. That was the theme. And Kartel was the face of this, right? And when Bunting did that, the only person that came to Kartel's defense as a member of parliament was Andrew Holness. Andrew Holness spoke out and said what he's doing is wrong. You cannot, as a citizen of, you cannot, as a security minister, pick out two citizens of the country and put them up on a projector because you're speaking to the diaspora about the crime status and situation in the country. So you just can't do that. You are the security minister. If you're supposed to say anything to the diaspora, it should be, this is my crime, this is my anti-crime plan. This is what I'm doing. And so he puts Kartel on the monitor and he plays the song. He plays the song in front of the audience. And at the end of it, he says, well, if you don't know, Kartel is now at he's now housed at a guest of mine, he said. He's a guest of mine at the correctional facility. Kartel was before the court, right? He hadn't been convicted yet. So with someone having a case before the court, a citizen of your country before the court, and you as a security minister is going to do that, that is one of the most vile, one of the most vicious things that you can ever do to somebody. And I am not even a fan of Vybez Kartel. And that is why in recent times, when the politician them are going to get dub plate and everything, because the dancehall fraternity was upset with him because they must say, listen, what you are doing is not just about Kartel. You are bringing dancehall to the diaspora to say at the music. You are launching an attack on dancehall music. I might not be a big fan of dancehall music, but people across the world are. You go over Japan, nobody no love dancehall like Japan. Everywhere in the world you go, reggae and dancehall. So if you go take a man music now and go put pan sit and say, Ima mash up, that is just the most vicious thing you can do. You don't do that. Right? So if Vybez Kartel supposed to get off, yes, the people like all them, you know, egg pan them face. But whether I'm get off or not, what this man did was wrong, and this is why Jamaica no want them people here as no crime fighter and them something there. A man did write an article, you know, during that time, and he wrote an open letter, and he was addressing Bunting. Let me see if I can find the article real quick, guys. Give me a second. I want to go and talk in a comment. May I come? Everybody did kind of see what Bunting was doing. Remember, this was a man who came and cried to the nation, saying that him could not fix crime, right? Yes, him say him could not fix crime. Me I talk about tears, say him can't fix crime. And this was his scapegoat. So when it comes down to Kartel and having a fair trial, he never had a fair trial from the beginning. All the other things them that followed, you know, that's being hashed out right now in the Privy Council, right? I mean, that was kind of reckless on the part of Jamaica to allow that juror to stay, and that juror was actually convicted last year. He was convicted and sentenced to 9 months, over a decade later. So our justice system, boy, I mean, I know. But let me just read this to you guys. It says, don't ride Kartel's name to hide your failures. Bunting. Me just tell you what him do. And this was written June 29, 2013. And it was an open letter to National Security Minister. And at the end of it, I'll tell you guys who wrote it because I can't see it right now, right this minute. So it's a letter to the editor, right, to the local newspaper, the Gleaner. It says, this is an open letter to National Security Minister Peter Bunting for transparency And in fairness, I will state that I am a business partner and a co-author of Vybez Kartel's book, Voice of the Jamaican Ghetto, so my bias is unquestionable and duly stated. I write to you, Minister Bunting, to give Teresa Wilson Palmer's son, Adidja Palmer, the right to a fair trial. I have read reports and watched footage on social media where you have repeatedly used Kartel's name and music as part of your explanation of your failure to curb crime on the island. Specifically, you have used the lyrics of Vybez Kartel's song Reparation in your explanation to foreign government representatives, local stakeholders, and members of the Jamaican diaspora as a key element of your challenge to the lotto scam. I find such claims perplexing as lotto scamming has been reported as a problem in Jamaica since 2006, while the well-known song Reparation only stated being played in the public domain in the summer of 2012. Prejudice and influence, or prejudice influence, he said. I would rather not insult the alma mater we share by reminding you that art is a reflection of life, as I know art is mandatory in the first few years at Campion. Bunting attended Campion, guys. But I will point out that it is not because Vybez Kartel's song about scamming that the practice started. I believe that your frequent disparaging remarks, if continued, are sure to deny Mr. Palmer a fair trial. The police force and other members of law enforcement are accountable to you, and I humbly ask that you refrain from such utterances until the trials are over, so as not to give the impression that the Minister of National Security has no regard for due process. If you continue, I think it will be very prejudicial to the jury, the case, and the public at large, and a potential juror may be influenced to convict Vybez Kartel or Adidja Palmer for a song he did about an aspect of Jamaican life. Prolonged incarceration. Perhaps you may want to comment in your next speech that this man that you are sure is guilty has been incarcerated since September 2011, but cannot get his trial started to either serve his sentence or go home to his family. May I suggest that you use the words of another song from Vybez Kartel, which I think will be more helpful in letting the diaspora and the world understand the main source of crime and gang violence in Jamaica. And he lists these songs. And My Music Mashup Society. I wasn't around in 1980. A election caused it and a dancehall music. And that's how the public views it. My music is a reflection of the broader society. Without a violent society, we would not have violent music. Art is an expression of life. Love the youths, don't kill them. Mr. Bunting, please let the courts decide. This person is Michael Dawson, and he said that he is a past student of Campion, where Peter Bunting also attended. So I have always said in my commentaries, my public commentaries about this whole case with Vybez Kartel, I have always said that he never got a fair trial to start with. The security minister of the country cannot, should not use any member of the society who is before the court, use them as a poster child for crime as they are before the court. It is wrong. And it's the same thing Sylvia did. That's why I'm telling you, say people, in this politics in Jamaica, the people in Jamaica have to weed out them here. It's the same thing Sylvia did when Ninja Man was on bail. Right? And I think Bounty Killer did most of the bail or had a case before the court. And Silvera used his social media platform as a former member of parliament and said when the security minister at the time, Bobby Montague, invited these men, these dancehall artists, to be a part of an initiative to reduce crime through music, through that kind of advocacy. Silvera used his social media platform and said, look here, look what them a do. Them a make criminals come help them fix crime. One, they on bail for murder, and the other one beat woman. Now look at Silvera. You understand, guys? So what them do now, violate people's right to a fair trial, prejudice the minds of people against people. You see them, something are not supposed to happen, you know. These things are not supposed to happen. And as me say, when Bunting ran his smear campaign on Kartel, not just in a Jamaica, but in a the diaspora, I have to bring the video to you guys one of these days because I had it, but I didn't have enough time to upload it. I have the video where Bunt, I couldn't believe when I saw it. In front of the diaspora, Bunting did a presentation of Kartel as he was waiting to go on trial. I tell the people them say, at this man here, remember Kartel I'm sitting there for murder, I never scamming or them sitting there. You never hear Kartel name call up and scamming yet, you know. Yeah, he was accused of murder and he was convicted eventually. But he was never brought into question for scamming. But this failed security minister failed. And he targeted one Jamaican out of a population of 3 million who was before the court for something unrelated to the scamming where him supposed to have an answer to. And he basically incriminated him before he had his chance at due process. Now, I say that to say, guys, if Kartel had a good lawyer at the time, that lawyer could have used that opportunity effectively in defense of his client. But I don't know, you know, I think his lawyer at the time was, who was him lawyer? Tam Tavares. I believe Tam Tavares was him lawyer at the time. And this could have happened to anybody. When them have a case before the court, them don't convict it yet. And you have a security minister in the country, I go target you and go up on a campaign, an all-out campaign. I tell people say you're a criminal and you're this and you're that. That's how them stay. And that's why recently, when at election time, Lisa Anna first went out and do the whole dub plate thing, and the whole of them run out for dub plate, and the dancehall artists them, like Bounty Killer, who remember what them do, run them way and say, go away. Una a hypocrite, man. Una bring dancehall go to the world and say, Ray, I wanna come now one dub. Uno I run with that one, yeah. Because a killer first him go to say one dub plate and killer angle him. You can't do them sitting there. So Kartel never get a fair trial from the start. You understand? So a catch up basically, this is what happens, you know, when you have a switch lawyer midstream like that, you know, his lawyers are basically playing catch up right now. So no matter how it goes, right? I don't know if people are thinking, because I know how some of these political operatives think and how they behave, right? They might have say, all right, if Kartel get off, it's going to be an indictment on the government. No, it's going to be no indictment on the government. Because remember, when Kartel did go through this dilemma, it started with Bunting running a smear campaign on this man. He never had a fair trial or due process, right? And remember that the only person who stood up for Kartel, not for Kartel, I'm sorry, the only person who stood up for due process and a fair trial was Andrew Holness. I think Andrew Holness was in opposition in a 2011 when no, I know 2011, I'm sorry. But Andrew Holness was in opposition. I think at 2013 or so, yes. And in opposition, and he was saying, look, what Bunting did is wrong. And I think that's why Bunting not like Andrew Holness. Because he exposed him and said, look here, what you are doing is wrong. You can't take the man and go run campaign about say, run campaign for fixed crime. And you take up the man and I go put the man to the diaspora and say, him a drive up. I know that you're supposed to do. You're supposed to carry your crime plan, go to the people in the diaspora who are concerned about the situation of the country and tell them what you are doing to fix it. You carrying one man to the diaspora or tell the people them say him and make crime and go up in our country. That never help nothing cause Kartel they are prison over a decade now. And crime bad said we scamming. All in the bank them a Jamaica across every bank in a Jamaica. I be a scammer in there. SSL, criminal organization, Ponzi scheme. So look here. We cannot let these people slide when time it comes on to due process. Because like I said, it could be anybody that they do this to. Why? Because they have the power to do it. Because they have the power to do it. And so when them come set a precedent for that now, where you have now, this I want to go, they're going to do the same thing and what come happen to him now. You see guys, they can't do that. When they take on the position of security minister, member of parliament and government and politician, they have a responsibility. And what they cannot and should not do is to use public platforms to target citizens, to pick on citizens, to attack citizens, and to deny citizens their right to due process. You notice that from this man get himself in a problem. Not one member of the government, even though election campaign time, none of them no come out, come burn the fire upon him. Only notice that? Only notice that nobody on the government side come out, come burn the fire upon the man here. For that something here, what happened to Melissa Silvera. Because why? They understand, say, they cannot, as members of government, members of parliament, they cannot interfere with his due process. Because when they speak, they're talking to the entire country. So, them can't really come out, come do like what them do. You see where I go with this? You see the difference between the government side and how them people are still wicked, opportunistic, not have no substance. And when they don't have no substance, what them do? Them use the citizen them and for scapegoat and beat them down and mash them down and interfere with their rights. And then due process. I saw them people here stay. And by right, no matter how we feel about cartel, any citizen, whether in that the position, them should get them freedom to them due process and them something there. And no government and no minister and them people there not supposed to come out, come make no pronouncement upon them before then get them due process. Cause them a government, them a minister, them a this and that. You understand, guys? All right, let me go through the comments and see what I say. Breaking news, the police are where the hell. Breaking news, the police found the skeletal remains of a body in a cane field in St. Catherine, confirmed to be medic. How where the hell? Are you for real? Jesus. Mm-mm. That woman, medic, had been missing for about 6 months now, you know. Yes, for about 6 months. So them just find her remains, you know. Oh God, man. Mm-mm. I didn't know that. Thank you for sharing. All right. We don't want hear from a correspondent. We have 20 minutes. So me go call the correspondent and talk about, you know, what the stakes are and what it will mean. I see my phone is blowing up. I guess somebody was trying to reach out and tell me about medic. God almighty, man. You see, people have to just be careful, you know. They say you dare not trust your own, you know. Oh, me see medic mother ball for justice for her. Why may I tell you now? Let me reach out to Lizzie now. Well, at least her mother have some closure. Cause look on Donnelly. Donnelly mother no know. Boy, me. Liz.
Hello, good night.
Good night. What go on?
First of all, I must apologize. I was on the road. I just came into my home a while ago.
Hold on a second, Liz. We're getting some information that the debate. I forgot all about the debate. What time does it start?
I'm not sure because I'm not interested. But maybe after the news, 8 o'clock.
Oh, okay. All right. Then no problem. Thank you for that, Dion. Somebody's asking who is Medic. Medic is a dancehall artist, social media personality. She was missing 6 months ago. Nobody couldn't find her. And then, you know, people anticipated the worst. And I guess now they found her body. Yes, so Liz, we are talking now tonight about the stakes. The stakes of the outcome, depending on where the Privy Council come back with. Right? And we are saying what is the stakes for the attorneys, the DPP, people like Bunting who did go out there go bring down Kartel while he was before the court. So
family person terms, should the Privy Council, based on what I'm hearing today, on the persons who are able to get it in live on TikTok or other social media platforms, should the Privy Council rule that Kartel be freed, it is a serious indictment against the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution, because shockingly enough, I heard something today on one of the lives, and I'm scratching my head. It seems as if the foreman of the jury, who was supposed to have been actually openly trying to bribe other members of the jury, in no way it seems that Kartel was connected to him.
Okay. I don't think that was ever discussed though. Who paid him and so forth like that? I don't think that was ever discussed at any point in time.
Good. I know the lawyers before the Privy Council has created a circumstance that we have to use our brain and say, what? The extreme levels to which office went in order to frame this man. And up to now, there has been no real, whether ashes, whatever, there has been no situation without in anywhere in Jamaica, because the police know where most of the graves are that them use and bury people and kill them. And there has been no attempt made to produce any form of minuscule ashes to say yes, this is lizard. So getting the impression based on what I hear today that, as Lisa Hyper did say, what she named, it is possible that lizard is alive.
Me don't know if lizard alive. Me never go that far still, but me respect your opinion. But when I was watching the proceedings today, me feel like the Kartel was put on trial all over again because the man who was arguing for the prosecution, for the DPP, where the messages are concerned, where they might talk about privacy, you see? Me hear the man I say, the house that lizard was killed, the house burned down after the fact, and them something there. So me hear them the argument, they are come back in at the court now. Me I said this no look good. You understand?
All right, I understand what you're saying, but that is what I'm saying. I have never actually. All right, there was recently a fire where a 70-year-old.
Hold on. Let me talk to that somebody. The person where I say listen to armchair and veranda lawyer, sweet dark chocolate mocha is what you're talking about? You're talking about us here? Talk fast enough, cause we quick on the black button over here, so we don't have time for that, How we are talk to?
Let us not get distracted because it isn't. These people are interesting.
No, them don't understand. Say civil discourse and public discussion is a healthy thing that human beings do.
Very, very, very much, and that's what I'm saying. And they get there, they listen to it every night ardently, but then they have a skilled opinion. So that's why I mean, pay them your mind.
All right?
Because they're listening to you.
All
so
right.
Keep them listening.
Well, so all right. So we are village liar. We're okay with that. So here what now, Liz? You believe Betty in the comment is saying that the judge should have removed the juror. You know, Fee said the judge should have removed the juror.
The whole jury, the entire jury body of 12 should have been removed and changed. But the house that the murder supposedly took place, even in that ashes, not one iota, because the ashes, the house ashes is different from the human ashes. And therefore, no forensic personnel from the police force found any ash remain of lizard in the house that was burned down.
Yeah, so but when he mentioned the house, he basically has say the evidence, them burn up the evidence. But you make a good argument still, because you say with the house were burned down, I don't even know if anybody did go there, go, because them say lizard dead up at the house. So I don't know if nobody did go up there if go creep up my ashes and see if them can get no remains. Lord Jesus.
No, the forensic department of the police force must search the entire place. It is called enough, and you must search because the ashes of the body, your body's ash is different from the ash of the building, concrete, etc.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
It can be found.
Yeah.
Bones, not all part of the bones burn. There are organs, not all organs burn out to ashes. There's something must
yes.
was found.
Yes, that's true. The body. So do we remember, because it's been years, do we remember if the police and the forensic team went up there and tried to see if them can scrape out anything to match a DNA with lizard? But did we even have a DNA database?
Yeah, man, with our DNA, we have from way back when. From KD Nichols of National Security and Justice, we began to develop certain things within the police force. And the forensic lab must have known they must have known that they have the duty to go to the scene. Fire take place, body burn. There must be something there that was found. All right, the skull. When you burn the body, the entire skull don't burn either. So you must have seen remains of a skull. You must have. And nothing, absolutely nothing representing a body.
So weird.
The
so wait then now. Who did burn down the house? Was it considered an arson or somebody in particular demolished the house? Or it did go again?
That was another story. In the trial, I think it came out that the house was the house was burned, but they couldn't say who burned the house because during the whole process, Kartel had left the building with a key witness, the main witness. Kartel left with him. Kartel was beaten by a pit bull. Sean Storm was not there because all Sean Storm did was to drop off Lizard and then him gone in driveway. The other men, one of the men who was charged, became the crown evidence, right? He was released, he was let go. And he became crown evidence.
So somebody has said the government it bulldozed the house. I must have bumped in it bulldozed the house.
But whatever remains of human body must have been found at the scene and none was found, none was presented.
I must have bumped in it bulldozed the house, Liz. Poopa Jesus. Oh God. Somebody said Kartel is brilliant.
Anything is possible. The man is delusional and crazy.
So you think you might get off, Liz?
Yes, based on what when the lawyers say before they even reach to the appeal. You know what is interesting? The appeal is out here first. When our appeal court heard the appeal, they took off 2 years. But then them just arbitrarily say, yeah man, him guilty, we'll go to prison. They never listen and give the defense team a chance. Now you're getting the defense team presenting their full itinerary of evidence. I also learned today that the person who lifted the conversations off the phone was not the person authorized to do so. It was an employee of Digicel whose wife was in a relationship with Kartel. We learned that today. So the whole thing has been a premeditated, what you call, set up.
Women are like though. Yes, when time them leak out everything out time phone. Me never like that because I mean, there's just something that rubbed me the wrong way. You see pictures of him and him woman being intimate and them sitting there did wrong, yeah, man. So the whole phone thing, them never deal with it proper. But when I say still, if we not go back and watch the court proceedings today, me stream it live, me get up early this morning and put it on, but me read some little thing about copyright and whatever, I kind of private it, but me gonna open it back up soon. And you will hear the argument that is being made in there. Where all them dung pan, right? I say the juror should have been dismissed and the judge had the opportunity and responsibility to do so. Because look here, if the man come with $500,000 and a bribe everybody, right? Somebody commented on my page, on a sitting today, on YouTube so and say, all right, maybe him come with the $500,000 and get busted. And nobody never join him. But you have people who could have been on that jury will say, if based on the fact that him stay upon it, and based on the fact that this even happened, there are people on the jury who could have said, you know what, me have vote for guilty for Kartel because if this man come bribe the thing, that means the Kartel guilty, don't it?
That is exactly what happened. So that was the intent for the man to attempt openly to bribe them, and then they got angry and sent it. That was the aim.
Yeah. But we at the least there are two sides to the coin, because let us say that the man will come with a bribe and the $500,000. A Kartel people them send him for come do that. Now, would it be right for you to send people to come bribe a jury and then you gotta come now and ball say you didn't get a fair trial?
No, that is it. It came what I heard today tells me then in my layperson mind, Cartel never know nothing about the man and the $500,000. So who gave him the money? Because he did the bribe openly, but he was not shown off, or the jury was not changed by the prosecution, by the DPP department.
Them should have dash out that a laziness cast that, laziness. Because once the thing come down to that, the DPP now should have said, all right, you see, if this thing here forget appeal, and we end up, because you have to always think of the possibility of going to the Privy Council. So this must be kept in consideration. And you know how much it costs for that something you got Privy Council, how much it costs Jamaica people them, right? So them should have looked on that and be able to think ahead and predict that this was possible and dismiss the whole thing. Or at least dismiss that one juror after the jury.
But not. Vybez Kartel would only meet the foreman juror during the trial. But let me show you something. In the case of the bulb, Spencer and Chin was charged jointly at the same time. The DPP separated Chin from Spencer, and in a private conversation in her office, she made a deal with Chin. You become crown evidence against Spencer, current Spencer in the bulb, and we'll let you go. During the trial, while she was on the stand, he revealed to the court that she took 5 folder-leaf pages of evidence. When he revealed that piece of information, Justice Pusey and KD Knight turned around simultaneously and said, what? And Pusey stopped the trial right there so and tell her to bring the entire 5 pages. You know how much Llewellyn come a court with? 1 page a thing where she write the same day. And KD Knight, I remember distinctly, turned to her and say, you are going to be charged sometime, someday, for prosecutorial misconduct. Now, when we hearing at this trial, Vybez Kartel never know the foreman. Vybez Kartel not give him $500, but he was being used to get Vybez Kartel sentenced to life. Lord have mercy, it's going to be interesting.
How would this come talk about Portia turn her back on Kartel? Mark Golden want him back for Port. Me not like some of them people, you know. Hey, Max, don't call Portia name. Portia not mix up in this. A bunting. Turn him back on Jamaica people, them and then due process. And that's why maybe him go bond on Kartel'S too. Anyway, let me see.
Mark Golden is a jinx because he used Big Stone in an awful slave scene where mocking slavery because his ancestors were slave owners and his father. And now Big Stone is seriously ill, stage 4 cancer, and need help desperately to be flown to Sloan Kettering in Pennsylvania, wherever, the world famous cancer treatment hospital. And Mark Golden turned him back on Big Stone.
Jesus, Father. I wonder if Andrew is going to help him.
Well, call Andrew. Maybe you can talk to Andrew. Andrew will help him.
What do you mean by maybe me can talk to Andrew? See me have Andrew number?
No,
Liz, nobody come mix up me over here, so yeah, man, cause them done say me a labor writer.
We know you're not provoke people.
No. All right. Let me just make the announcement here so for Big Stone then. Cause Big Stone, one time I did interview Big Stone over my Facebook page, Big Stone tell me say, in a film community, in a Arnett Garden, him said there's so much potential. And I say, Big Stone, where your MP had around there? Him said nothing. So I'm surprised now, I say Big Stone make Mark Golden put chain around him neck and take it off. And say about Andrew a chain up Jamaica people them in a bandage. But that being said, Big Stone, I saw the video where Big Stone cry out for pain in the hospital facing stage 4 prostate cancer. And I don't like how Jamaica healthcare system, them all on pain medication. Big Stone are supposed to cry out for pain, so you know, they're supposed to give him pain medicine. You understand?
No, but that's only that the key Mark Golden can pull the vault, because the vault have been about 400 million US dollar.
Yeah.
Pull the key and take 50 million US dollar can send Big Stone go Sloan Kettering.
Then for send Big Stone go Mark Golden, me a call out to Mark Golden for send Big Stone go over Cuba, make Big Stone get some pain medicine and some good treatment, because even though a stage 4, he can get I don't know if it's metastatic, okay, but if it is not, if it is not, he can get treatment and, you know, extend his life. So if Mark Golden don't want to help Big Stone, I'll use him for political puppet, and Dayton Campbell too, who is a medical doctor. They all need to help Big Stone, fly out Big Stone, make him get some good treatment. And if them don't want to do it, me I call out to Andrew Owens for help Big Stone. Because me not like the people are in a hospital are ball out for pain. Pain medicine they there. The doctor them can prescribe pain medicine. Them for stop from do them something there. In a Jamaica.
Notice how he did the video too. In total darkness, him said this is how him feel. That means him tell you say him feel like him soon gone home to glory.
And
but them can't do something. Them can't help the man. Mark Golden take off the padlock, put the key out of your pocket. You're too mean and wicked. Pull the vault, take out 50 million and send on Big Stone to make Cuba or Sloan Kettering and go get help. The man can live. Him can live 20 more years. Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah. Somebody says stage 4 is not. No, it's not good. But like I said, if it's not metastatic, they can give him treatment to shrink it and to extend his life. I really don't know the status of his health where that is concerned. Him just say him have stage 4 prostate. So, but the pain when I cry out, that no look good. That to me is inhumane. They're supposed to prescribe him and give him the pain medication, making him comfortable, and get a treatment plan if that's possible for him, right? Big Stone just had a moment where he met them lead him astray, but we're not going to hold that against him, and we're not going to cuss nobody with no sickness. We're not going to do them style there. What we are saying is those who use Big Stone must now step up and help him, right? Mark Golden, Dayton Campbell, and Bunting too. Them say them have them dirty money. Them for help Big Stone, fly him go over Cuba where him can get some good treatment and see what can go on for him, can lengthen him life a little bit. Take him out of despair and take away his feeling of hopelessness.
True. There was a young lady in Trelawney who was severely ill too with the she had a what you call it non-communicable, but she had a serious, I don't remember if it's cancer or something else. And she reached out to, and the rice boss them Bunting Goal, boasting about them wealth. If you're looking at yesterday business paper, business magazine, and they observe a lot of mercy, them splash out on how much them complex, so them be like Lady must be Road and Darlington Avenue are to her name.
Yeah.
Them have, yeah. So she also was a riser in Trelawney, so she desperately needed some help to achieve her cancer. She died, they make she dead. And not a saint. No. Big Stone where them put chain and mock the ancestors in the slavery skit where them do. Big Stone, stage 4, Peter Bunting, Murcott Bunting, Mark Jefferson Golden, and the Dayton Campbell, and PJ too. The man need help. He needs to be flown out now. Cuba because Cuba treating Desmond. And so Desmond's still alive how much years after and look good. So Cuba has also a very great program. If them could plan on a we PMP manly ice resistance, calling to go deal with the man health issue now.
Yeah. Them must can't help him. Because them who are politicians, when they are facing serious illnesses, The only somebody me see where get them illness treated at Jamaica, at Dr. Phillips with his stage 3 colon cancer. But you know, with technology,
Michael stayed home too. Michael Malley stayed home. Marjorie Taylor stayed home. Several of them stayed home. Seymour Mullins. Most of the PNP MPs and ministers, they stay at home, but it's just the people that usually fly to the JLP MP ministers, them fly out, but the PNP want them stay home.
You're the people that must say, miss little bit of blood, we need you for right medication.
Yes.
Me mama. Liz, hold on there, Liz. Somebody has said something to you yesterday, Liz. Somebody has said the DPP couldn't make the decision in the jury situation. It is the judge who damaged the case. Yes, Elijah, you're right about that. That is true. But at the same time, the DPP could have stepped in and do something because she is the lead prosecutor in the country.
He was charged. The man was charged. But the trial fizzled out. He was charged. So the DPP, as I say, the DPP and the judge works for the same ministry, Ministry of Justice. So it's not the judge alone. The DPP could have stopped the case right there and then and follow the legal procedures. Disbar the entire jury pool and get a new set of jury. That should have been done.
Well, Andy, somebody's saying here that Big Stone are dead. Let's accept it. Stage 4 out of the ballpark. Early detection. It depends. Hold on a second. It depends. If it is not metastatic, which means that it has spread to other organs, maybe with treatment and urgent treatment, it can shrink it and it can live longer. So it's not a must. When you hear stage 4, it really depends. There are so many different cancers out there, and there are so many different, circumstances and so on. So it is to know. You have to know a little bit more for same about it. I don't think
he's still alive. That is important to know. He is the medical system has kept him alive. He's still alive. Therefore, he can get help, emergency help from the billionaires club. Bunting, Golden, PG, Campbell. $9 million from EOJ. He can help him. He can help him.
Well, nothing beat a fit. Them can try. Let us say that.
He's still alive. He's not dead yet. He's
still
alive. So
and Cuba just the right over there. So they most can try and help him.
Yeah, right over there.
So, and that's the thing. Somebody said Jamaican man them don't want to check them prostate, and that is exactly what Big Stone came on the live and said. He said that Jamaican men must understand that them need to check them prostate and detect the thing early.
I think them say the treatment to test the test is with the fingers going up the anus. That is the painful part. Jamaican man all over, not Jamaican man alone. Not like the pain. Some man, most urologists are male, and some of the man them know one a male finger going up their anus.
Somebody asked. Sorry, somebody asked if I have a picture of Big Stone. This is Big Stone, and Big Stone is from Arnett Garden. Anybody from around a jungle know Big Stone. Big Stone has been playing the role of a humanitarian. I think he was overseas. I think he used to be a police too. And Big Stone take on this role in a Jonestown Arnett Garden where he might try foster peace and the young youth them, do the right thing and stuff like that. Even recently with the passing of Gully Bop, he was talking with Gully Bop mother and them things. So he been doing some good things. But he make a mistake when he make Mark Gold in them and date and them use him for do that something. Because this not look good. But irrespective of that, he is having a hard time. And I can only imagine frightened I mean, this picture you're seeing here, guys. This was done less than 6 months ago, right? Right, Liz? They chain up something.
Yeah.
Yes, so it wasn't that long ago. So he probably didn't even know that he was dealing with something like that. So it's a pretty late diagnosis. But what we're saying is, for the fact that he's from Mark Golden constituency, he's been doing some good things, try and help him. Do something for him. That's what we're saying, I mean, to hear...
they can afford to.
Yeah, they can. And they should, So anyway, guys, I think somebody tell me today said we should find out the outcome and the decision of the Privy Council in about a couple of weeks, right? We don't know what them are gonna do yet. Me feel say, but the fact that them never let go that juror there, the thing are gonna go in a cartel favor. I mean, I know. But they could also say, you know what, this is a serious enough crime where, we're just gonna leave it as it is.
No. You see, what I've been trying to convey earlier on, the lawyers in defense of Kartel has presented a case where Vybez Kartel, Adidja Palmer, had nothing to do with that 500,000 and the foreman Juria doing the bribe. What the case that they have presented, emphasizing Juria, is that they have presented to the Privy Council this foreman Juria was used meticulously to sentence Vybez Kartel and the rest of persons. Therefore, question is one, who gave him the 500,000? Two, did Vybez Kartel meet or any member of Vybez Kartel, family, business, a partner, anybody meet with this foreman Juria to pay him, to ask him to openly, because he did it openly. Three, why didn't the DPP who was leading, our senior DPP, Jeremy Taylor, led, why didn't she inform the senior lead from her office that the jury situation, the trial has to be paused for the jury situation to be cleared up, bomb them, remove the jurors, and then they we call it now empanel a fresh set of jurors. Why didn't she tell her lead DPP most senior personnel, Jeremy Park?
Hold on there. Here's somebody I said to you, say, if you realize that they read Kartel text telling how he chop up lizard, fine. Lord Jesus, I must have did miss the part there. Watch. That's why I'm saying, I hear some things that come out of the prosecution side. Well, this man, when I listen to it, me hear some things that come from the prosecution side. When I say to myself, say, Lord God, it come like, say, them a try Kartel all over again. But they're prosecutors. That's what they're supposed to do, right?
Yeah. They have to present that case why they come to the verdict. Remember, they are at the Privy Council.
Yeah, me understand.
Their case.
Me understand.
The interesting thing again is that somebody who was not authorized tampering done with a phone. So by stubbing can all kind of, because the defense presented a case and now the DPP has to defend why their case. They have to defend their case as to why they came to the conclusion of Vybez Kartel saying him chop up with that fine. Well, he had to be on the scene. But then again, in chopping up somebody, blood must splash by your clothes.
Lord God, then Liz, that no could have washed off and in there.
Oh man, blood had to splash on your clothes. Even blood is something you don't get rid of, like you almost dye, bleach, blah blah blah, sophisticated method. Blood is something you can't get rid of. You have when blood splash on the buttonhole and you never notice. Blood splash inside of the collar underneath it, you never notice. but bloody, and the lab, the forensic lab would pick up. No, I don't know. I never heard during the trial that they took the clothes, since him same chop him up fine, they took the clothes of Kartel was wearing on the day of the chop up. You never hear no about no clothes. But you understand today.
Somebody said the Englishman read it in a patois. No, the Englishman read it in a patois. Paula tell him off his. Paula tell him off his. If I laugh, I did it, man. No, sir. Me hear the Englishman. But me hear the man attack, so sitting to them, I said, "Low, it look like say Paula meet with this man about 6 months ago and give him the whole load on car. When him read out some I sitting there."
Remember, as a Privy Council, so you have to get lawyers in England to present to the Privy Council on your behalf. The defense is a lawyer from the Englishman too, so the prosecution has to do the same. That's how the Privy Council system go. In some cases, the lawyers go from Jamaica, get the opportunity to speak directly. But in most cases, I understand you have to employ the services of English lawyers to speak with because the prosecution, the panel of judges on the Privy Council normally not understand the accent. So,
Liz, today somebody send more email say, them here say, Sylvia might go try. If Kartel get off, say Sylvia might go trial like a Privy Council. Yeah, you're nothing like that. No, sir.
He was caught red-handed because they were planning a defense of, she committed suicide. That would be a miracle. Better than Jesus Christ turning water into wine. And making Lazarus walk again. Because here's a woman push up a gun in her vagina and shoot herself 3 times. Take off her clothes, change her clothes, comb her ear, go in the bed and go lay down. Man, that is a miracle. So,
Sonia, what you mean? Sonia said they did these guys dirty. Who then do dirty, Sonia? You're talking about Kartel and his co-accused? Well, let me tell you something. You know why I'm just telling you the truth. Because I have to talk the truth and talk it forever and talk it straight. You know why a whole heap of people want Kartel free? Especially Jamaican people may attack. You see that man here? That man here why people want Kartel free, Bunting, Because when do from the outset around the smear campaign pan Bunting, Kartel. Remember say Bunting send information go give media house and pay them money for run smear campaign pan people, I saw them work, So most people want Kartel to get off because they consider people like Bunting to be very corrupt. Lisa lie me I tell him not corrupt.
It very dangerous, it's delusional, and him dream blow up, pouring up the dream to be Prime Minister of Jamaica, blow up bad, and so we would have to crush him again in the local government. Crush him again.
Yeah, man, so them people here make the people them a say free Kartel, because when we really look on it, as a parent and as a mother, if I'm me like a lizard mother they know, boy, me can't even imagine, you understand? And a lot of people can overlook that and say free Kartel, because a lot of people feel like, say, from the beginning, people like Bunting was trying to railroad Kartel, and it was obvious. And as me say, if I ever see nobody come out, if Kartel get off of that something, I ever see nobody come out like say they want go on like this is any indictment on the government. Remember say Andrew Holness was the only one who stand up for Kartel and say what Bunting was doing was wrong. And I can find the video and show it. You understand? Any indictment, it's gonna be on Bunting and Paula Llewellyn, even though what happened with the juror, really the judge should have taken charge of that situation there.
No, the office of the DPP.
No, she could have talked to she could have said something to but the judge is the first line of defense in the courtroom.
there's another case coming. The DPP, if you guys have been following overseas and local, the office of the DPP has lost top quality prosecutors. Why? Because of who is the DPP and how she has been running the office over the last 2008 to now 8 and 6.
No fears.
That?
No
8
fears.
and 6, 14 years, 16 years.
Mm-hmm.
She has been running this office. Now, the case again of Tisha Miller was also a concocted case because it come out in the black man trial with the 20 other persons with him. Where black man has been sentenced to 39 years. That
39 years black man gets?
39 years.
God almighty.
In that trial, that the actual person who actually shoot Douglas Chambers that day was a black man.
Jesus.
So after 11 years, she concocted.
All right. Let me tell you how I feel about the DPP, Liz. You see that DPP, yeah? I feel like, say, due to the fact, say, Jamaica has one of the highest homicide rates in the world, not just in the region, but in the world, right? I may talk about the murder per capita, and we must remember that. But feel like, say, because of that, and we have the lowest prosecution rate for homicides, I think that it's time for the DPP to go. I don't have to be like I sat them and come tell her if you go suck her mother and go suck this. No, we not do them style, right? Because we are mature-minded, mature people. But I think she has been there how long? When was she appointed and by whom?
2008, Bruce Golden, after a 4 hours interview.
Yeah. So a whole heap of years that. And you see, when we talk about crime in the country, we have to have a system where especially homicides, because that's really our main problem where crime is concerned in Jamaica. We have to be prosecuting, and it's not just she alone, it starts at the police force to, to solve these murders, You understand?
No,
so
Natalie did history to her that the public might not be aware of. Okay.
But we Liz, we are past the time. So we're gonna have to discuss that.
All right, it's just a quick synopsis.
No man, we have to go discuss that one at a time. We have come up to our own. No, then we're not always there, Liz. You can come back anytime. No, make the thing look so, man. Okay.
Them start now too, so
yeah. So as we are approaching an hour and a half, Liz said that Kartel is going to get away, right?
Yeah, man, I think so.
All right. Me also what the people them say. Me feel so too.
Yeah.
We can come back and do a program about the crime situation, because there's a lot to be said there. We have a lot.
Our listeners to your program and yourself do some research as to the history of the present DPP and
okay.
the DPP.
No problem. We'll do that.
AJ Nicholson was Minister of Justice. She has been there.
All right. So let us talk about crime on another episode, and just crime, which involves. We can talk about the DPP. We can talk about the police commissioners. We can talk about the police force. We can talk about the whole apparatus of national security bodies in the country, and we can come back and do that. So we are up against time now, Liz. So come back again. We're gonna call you again.
All right.
Yes, and we're gonna see how this thing here gonna work out with the Privy Council. And as for Bunting, we're gonna get some information and see who burned down Kartel'S. Because we don't trust them. Yes. Where is it? Yes. We're gonna find out who burned down Kartel'S. All right, look more.
All right.
Have a good night, yeah. All right, guys. We hope you all enjoy the program. Um, there's a lot of mixed perspectives in the comments. May I read everything we wanna say? Some wanna say Cartel now get off, some wanna say he is going to get off. We will see. But make we just hear where the all of who now watch the court proceedings today. It's very different from yesterday. Okay, 'cause remember yesterday when you not ask me, say me no know, it's very hard to tell. But if you now watch it today, day two, it was very short. Watch it and see what you think. See if your mind changes, or if you never did have one opinion before, if you have one now after hearing the interaction, not just what's coming from the prosecution side, but the interaction between the prosecutor side and the rest of people them in there where going make the decision. Right? So as usual, I appreciate you guys. Please make sure to like the live. Make sure to like the live, because that is an important part of getting people, involved and engaged in what we're doing here. Make sure to now share the channel with a friend them. If you feel generous, we don't come out here come beg nobody anything. But if you like the content and you appreciate what we're doing, you are welcome to tap up the super chat. Okay. Um, you can also hit the join button and become a member of the Jamaica Politics Uncovered squad, right? And don't forget to look in the description for our email address in case you want to say something to us in private. Everything that you say to Jamaica Politics Uncovered is confidential, right? And I appreciate all the emails that you guys send each day. And we check the email here once per day. So take care of yourselves, guys, and we will chat. I don't know if I'm coming on tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. Um, all of this week, I've been busy. My daughter is learning driving now, so she's like in driving school. So every day, back and forth, drop her and take her and stuff like that. That's why I was late tonight. So I don't know if I'm coming on tomorrow. Only know I don't come on the weekends, but I will certainly put something up if I'm not coming on, right? And if not, you guys will hear us again on Monday. But in the meantime, please be safe, take care of yourself, and I'll catch up with you guys another time. Goodbye.